Hey everyone, it's Rose. Today I wanted to just share my story. I'm here to say me too. I had to record this video twice because I couldn't even keep myself together for the first video. This is really hard. And I wanted to explain the reason that I couldn't report it and why I haven't spoken about it. What happened to me was in senior year of high school. So I did identify as a man at the time. So I decided to meet up with this guy that I had spoken with online for a decent amount of time, just because it takes me a while to become comfortable enough to like go on a date with someone, just because I don't trust people easily. And so we went to his place and we like started fooling around or whatever. And we had previously agreed like to not go as far as he wanted to go. Just because I had boundaries and limits that I needed to set in place, and so I did, and he decided to take things further than I was ready for, and he held me down, and I don't even know why I decided to wear makeup for this video, because I knew this would happen. When I had been taught about like sexual health and everything in high school or like in any of my schooling, I was taught that our bodies have two natural responses to trauma, and that is fight and flight. But I couldn't fight back or run away. I froze. My body completely shut down. I was unable to do anything about it. And so it happened, and then I left, and my body kind of protected me from it by like blocking out the memory of what had happened. It's weird, like I don't even know his name anymore. I don't remember what he looked like. I don't remember the day it happened, of course, now, but I do recall like afterward I just went home and I cried the whole way home, and I basically had a panic attack and just cried myself to sleep. And the next day I had off and I just laid in bed all day and just did nothing. And I couldn't really remember what had happened, and I just assumed, I decided to hook up with a guy, and we did, and it was my fault that things happened because I wanted to hook up with him, and I didn't stop him from doing what he did while it happened. And it took me a long time to like unpackage and realize and remember like what had actually happened. And it was actually through like this really triggering experience. I was a freshman, I'm like just coming into college in the fall of the next year, and the college decided to like bring this like traveling group of actors to perform this skit about rape culture in campuses, and it included like a really graphic, really horrible scene like of a rape happening in front of us, which happens in a lot of shows and movies on TV and everything, and it shouldn't be a thing that is depicted at all. It made me have a panic attack, and I ended up just leaving in tears and sobbing. One of my like new friends had followed me out, and we ended up talking about it, and I figured out that I was raped. And I never thought that I would like be talking about it to everyone, just because it was so difficult and like so embarrassing. I felt a lot of shame about it because I thought it was totally my fault, because I really blamed myself because I put myself in that situation and I couldn't fight back. And I've talked to multiple therapists about it at this point, and I've realized that it wasn't my fault, that it's okay that it's not okay what happened, but like I didn't do anything wrong, and I'm okay now. It's not easy to like talk about or like it's really hard to relive that experience for sure, but I'm at an okay enough place now to speak about it, and I thought that now was a really, really important time to speak about it, just due to everything that's happening in our in our government right now. I just wanted to say, if you've gone through something similar to what I've gone through, that I believe you and that I'm here to support you in any way that I can, and you're not alone. Never forget that what you went through was awful and unacceptable, but you still have value. You are still so amazing and beautiful and worthy of love. And that was kind of hard for me to accept. Like, I couldn't be intimate with anyone for months after what had happened. And I'm thankful to be in a place of privilege where I could afford going to therapy and I could afford, to move on past it. And I'm really sorry if you've gone through something similar. Unfortunately, a lot of us do. Like 1 in 3 or like 1 in 4 women go through this in their lifetime. And about 1 in every 71 men will be raped in their lifetimes. And unfortunately, for those who are people of color or those who are LGBT, especially trans women of color, those statistics increase exponentially. I was raped when I presented as a man, and I feel like that's part of why I didn't accept that I was raped, because I was a man, and I didn't know that, like, men could be raped, I guess, at the time. But, like, one of the main reasons that I decided to come out and share my story is because I wanted to beg and plea for all of you to go out and vote. The last day to register to vote in Washington State is October 8th, and I'm sure for the rest of the country it's approaching really quickly. So I just want to make sure all of you go out and do your research, figure out who you should vote for based off of whatever you believe in. And with everything that's been happening in our political climate, I'm really ignoring most policy issues. Like, I don't really care about our economy or, like our spending, because that's all a mess anyway. It's not going well. Those things will come, like, politicians focus on the economy and our spending, and they'll figure something out. I have faith in our country. I have faith in our government that it'll eventually be okay. But I don't have faith in this current administration, and I don't have faith in the people that are being elected into power. Or not even elected, but just, like, they're being nominated by horrible people. But what really is important to me is, the hundreds of families that are being detained right now in concentration camps, and the children that are being separated from their families. It is the people that are being oppressed by the systems in our government and by those in power. I cannot accept rapists in high positions of power in our government. Trump is not my president. We need to go out and we need to vote for people who are going to support and speak out for minorities and people who are being oppressed by our government currently. And so I don't care, like, if you're Republican or a Democrat, like, none of that matters to me. Social issues are what matters. Human lives are what matter. So I wanted to just end with a call to action for all of you. I just want to ask you, first and foremost, to vote, but to also believe all of those who come forward and share their stories. It's not the victim's fault, and what they have to say is real and valid. We demand to be heard, we demand to have autonomy, and we demand to not allow rapists into high positions of power in our government or anywhere in the world, because that's unacceptable. We will not accept it any longer.